News at noon starts now with a breaking news alert.
We begin with breaking news and a gruesome discovery in Cleveland. An active crime scene right now as the bodies of two young girls have been found. Thanks for joining us this noon. I'm Nicole Versansky. We're going to get right to 19's Brittany Weir. She's live in South Collinwood with new developments. Brittany.
Yes, Nicole, we do want to warn everybody first, though, that the details of this investigation, they are disturbing. A law enforcement source did just confirm to 19 News that they did, in fact, find the bodies of two young girls in suitcases here near the Ginn Academy, right off of East 162nd Street in the Collinwood neighborhood. We had more police officers just arrive here on scene. Now, that source that we spoke to did clarify that those girls' bodies were still intact, but because they were so small, they fit inside those suitcases. The suitcases were also partially buried, but police do want everyone to know that the investigation is still in the early stages. And like we said, police are still here on scene. They did just clean up the police tape, but they had this grassy area behind us blocked off near that tree line. That was all blocked off, and they just cleared that tape. Now, this is what the scene looked like last night. It was a grim discovery on Cleveland's east side. Police investigating again after two young girls were found dead. Officers responded to East 167th Street and Midland Avenue Monday after a caller reported a suspected body. When the police arrived, they confirmed one person was dead, but then detectives found the second body nearby. Police, again, have not identified either of the victim, but through our sources, we have confirmed, again, these are two young girls. The Cuyahoga County Medical Examiner now has the bodies and is working to determine how both of those girls died. There is no indication, though, on how long that process could take. However, at this time, investigators say there is no ongoing threat to public safety. We have reached out to Cleveland Police for an update. They said they will be holding a press conference later today at 1:45, and we will be sure to bring that to you live on 19 News Plus. For now in Cleveland, Brittany Weir, 19 News.
All right, Brittany, thank you. And this is a developing story. Again, we are expecting an update within the next 30 minutes and again, possibly at 1:45, as Brittany just mentioned. So be sure to download the 19 News app. We'll send you a push alert as soon as we have new information.
Late Monday evening in a quiet Cleveland neighborhood, something deeply unsettling was waiting in an empty field. It wasn't the kind of place people paid much attention to, just an open patch of grass sitting quietly near a school, the kind of area where people might walk their dogs, cut across the lot, or simply pass by without a second thought.
Good afternoon, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News, coming to you from our digital desk. We continue to update you on this incredibly sad, incredibly horrific story developing out of Cleveland's east side. It started Monday evening with the discovery of two suitcases that were partially buried in what police called a shallow grave. Those suitcases were discovered by a man walking his dog. In fact, one of the suitcases was discovered by him.
But on this night, someone noticed something that didn't belong. At first glance, it looked like nothing more than a suitcase, old, worn, abandoned. But as the person walking their dog got closer, the situation quickly turned into something far more disturbing. Inside that suitcase was a body, and what police would soon uncover would leave an entire city shaken, because that suitcase wasn't the only one.
If you go, you can see the case from back here. It's all the way straight to the back.
Close to that sign?
Yeah, see the little black...
Straight ahead in front of you? Okay. It's a suitcase?
It's a suitcase. I've been walking past it for about a week now because I take my dog. I stay right here. I take my dog. I usually walk her through there and then come around here.
Okay.
And for the last week, she's been stuck. It was like a mound of dirt. She's been stopped and sniffing like a little too long.
Okay.
And today I was like, well, I'm going to take it. I hope it's not what I'm...
Right.
And it was halfway buried. It's about this thick. It's about halfway buried. I pulled it up, unzipped it. I couldn't really see. And I opened it up and hid.
Buried under the dirt it was?
Yeah, halfway.
Okay.
You can see a little part of it sticking out.
And you said you noticed it for about a week already?
Yeah, it's been sitting over there like somebody buried it or tried to bury it. And like I said, I walked my dog over there, and she keeps stopping, and she sniff a little too long.
Right.
You know, she sniffs stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Right.
I'm not with it. And today I was just like, let me see what that really is.
Okay.
It's back there.
All right, I'll
Hold
go.
it up so it's kind of standing up, and stinks like hell.
Okay. You right here.
Yeah.
What was your name, sir? Okay. I will check it out. I'll be with you. Thank you.
When officers arrived at the field, the situation escalated almost immediately. The suitcase discovered by the dog walker had already raised alarm, but investigators quickly noticed something else nearby. Another suitcase, buried shallowly in the ground. Only a short distance away, inside that second suitcase, was another body. 2 suitcases, 2 victims, both hidden in a shallow grave, left in an open field near a school.
Doing a radio. Go ahead. Put me on the air, please. I got you.
Still inside the district?
Your key, Sam.
Okay. I was gonna have you grab my flashlight, but that's all right. When you get up here, if you go down 162, like I went up Saranac, 162, you can just pull in this parking lot for this Ginn Academy, and you'll see me back here. So I haven't opened it yet. The dude I talked to, the caller, he said that there was this suitcase partially like buried in the ground that he said he's been noticing for like a week, and his dog keeps trying to get to it. So he said that he pulled it out today and to see what was in there, because it was kind of heavy, and he noticed like a head, and he just left it and called the police. So I'll just wait till you guys get here before I open it. All right. Yeah, just come down towards like Midland, and I mean, as soon as you get to like the last drive for the school, you'll just pull in there. I'm in the back. All right. Bye.
This is where the officer walks down. If you look just at the bottom of the screen there is another area of disturbed dirt. Not entirely sure if that was the location of the second suitcase, but we know it was along that same tree line. His backup is just pulling up, and we'll take you through the rest of this video.
15 radio, can you show me at 5, working on 3 reports and Mark taking in there in Crawford?
I got you. Yeah, 3-4 radio. Yeah, bye. Go ahead. Can you put me over to MP3 on this call? I copy 1834. Radio to body 14. His listed address is going to be in Euclid. They did have a constable call back. It's from last September. 216-463-2233.
Can you repeat that? The last four, that phone number?
Yep, last four is going to be 2233.
Copy that.
I ain't opened it yet. I left my flashlight. Oh, you got a flashlight. We're gonna have to look and see. I mean, it's like partially buried. He said it was sticking out for like a week. He finally decided to open it up. I just want to see. Can you flash your light on? I just want to see if there's any blood or anything in it. No?
Authorities would later confirm something even more heartbreaking. The victims were children, 2 young girls, whose lives had been cut tragically short. At that moment, investigators didn't know who they were, how long they had been there, or who could have done something so horrifying. But one thing was certain: someone had gone to great lengths to hide what happened, and yet, somehow, the truth was already beginning to surface. As investigators worked through the night, the medical examiner's office began the difficult process of identifying the victims. The bodies had already begun decomposing, suggesting they had been there for some time. But eventually, the answers came. The 2 girls were identified as Amor Wilson, just 10 years old, and Mila Chatman, only 8. Both from Cleveland, both half siblings. 2 young lives connected by family, now connected by tragedy. The discovery shocked the community. Parents began asking questions. How could 2 children simply disappear and end up buried in suitcases in a field? Who would do something like this? And perhaps the most chilling question of all, did the person responsible still live nearby? Investigators began studying the area carefully. The field itself raised immediate suspicions. This wasn't some isolated location miles outside the city. It sat inside a residential neighborhood, homes, sidewalks, families, all surrounding the very place where the suitcases had been buried, which meant something important. Whoever left those suitcases there likely knew the area. Police started canvassing nearby homes, gathering information, looking for anything that could help explain what happened. Then, detectives made a discovery that shifted the entire investigation. A residence located just 1 block away from the field suddenly became the center of attention, and soon, officers would be executing a search warrant there. By Wednesday, the investigation was moving quickly. Detectives arrived at the home with a search warrant, carefully combing through the property for evidence. What they found inside would prove critical. Authorities later described it as, quote, substantial evidence, unquote, connected directly to the scene. Exactly what the evidence was hasn't been fully revealed to the public, but whatever detectives discovered, it changed everything, because shortly after that search, police detained a person of interest. Officials described it as a significant break in the investigation. For days, the community had been searching for answers. Now, investigators believed they were getting closer, much closer. Not long after the detention, Cleveland police made a major announcement. A 28-year-old woman had been arrested. Her name, Aliyah Henderson. Prosecutors say she was charged with 2 counts of aggravated murder. The charges connected directly to the deaths of the 2 girls discovered in the suitcases. But what made the case even more disturbing was the relationship between the suspect and the victims. Authorities say Amor Wilson and Mila Chatman were Henderson's daughters, 2 children hidden inside suitcases, allegedly killed by their own mother. The news stunned the community, and it raised even more questions. What could possibly lead to something like this? And what exactly happened inside that home before the suitcases ever reached that field?
Today, the Cleveland woman accused of murdering 2 young girls appeared in court. This is the first time we are learning her identity after a week-long investigation into who put those 2 young girls inside suitcases and tried to bury them in shallow graves. 28-year-old Aliyah Henderson is now being held on a $2 million bond. She is charged with aggravated murder of her 2 daughters, and according to the prosecutor, their bodies have been there for a while. The half-sisters were 8 and 10 years old, and our partner station in Cleveland spoke to the father of the 8-year-old girl.
She's at 100% fault, but the system at fault with her. They played a big part in the murders of these two children.
Police also reported there was another child in the mother's home when she was arrested. That child is now under the care and custody of Children and Family Services.
We're taking up right now.
You look like a kid.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking body cam video of an unthinkable crime. The bodies of 2 young half-sisters found partially buried in suitcases on the city's east side. It is a story 19 News has been covering extensively all week. Thanks for joining us for the news at 10 o'clock. I'm Chris Fry. We've learned the little girls' names are 8-year-old Mila Chatman and 10-year-old Amor Wilson. The suspect, 28-year-old Aliyah Henderson, charged with aggravated murder. She'll be in court tomorrow. Michelle next tonight with the breaking developments.
8-year-old Mila Chatman and 10-year-old Amor Wilson. That's Mila laying down on the bed, Amor sitting up right next to her. Young faces of innocence, now the unthinkable victims of a heinous crime in Cleveland. Mila's father, Deshaun Chatman, overcome with grief, realizing he'll never hold his daughter again. Asked that we not show his face.
I've been looking for my daughter for 5 years. I've been calling CPS, going to the courts, trying to get emergency custody, calling the police for welfare checks, but they denied all access.
The 2 sisters' bodies were found in 2 suitcases, partially buried in shallow graves behind Ginn Academy. A man walking his dog on Monday made the horrific discovery.
We're taking up right now.
Understood.
If you go, you can see the case from back here.
Police arrived to find 1 suitcase partially buried with a young child curled up in a fetal position. A stone's throw away, another suitcase, a second murdered child. But around-the-clock police work led Cleveland detectives to a home on East 162nd Street Wednesday, where they issued a search warrant, the location just feet away from where the bodies were found. Within less than 48 hours, 28-year-old Aliyah Henderson, who lives at the home, was arrested, booked into the jail, now officially charged with 2 counts of aggravated murder. The youngest child's father, Deshaun Chatman, seething with raw emotion.
What I'm feeling is hate. I ain't gonna lie, I feel hate. But I asked you numerous occasions, just give me my daughter. If it's too much for you, just give me my daughter. I just want my daughter.
When Cleveland police arrested Aliyah Henderson on Wednesday, a 3rd child was in the home, but we're told that child appeared to be okay. As for Henderson, the jail is her home for now. She's expected to make an appearance before a judge Friday morning, accused of 2 counts of aggravated murder for allegedly killing 2 young children. Reporting in Cleveland, Michelle Nix, 19 News.
Mayor Justin Bibb thanking CPD for their hard work in solving this case. He released a statement earlier today. It reads in part, quote, "We love and protect our young people, and the loss of these 2 children is unimaginable. Our hearts are with everyone who is grieving this tragedy," end quote. And the county also releasing a statement. It reads in part, "We are profoundly saddened by the deaths of these 2 young girls, which is a tragedy for their families and our entire community.
Even with the arrest, investigators say many details remain unclear. The medical examiner is still working to determine the cause and manner of death. Officials say there were no immediate indicators explaining exactly how the girls died. Another haunting question still lingers. How long had the suitcases been in that field? Police believe the bodies had been there for some time, but exactly how long remains unclear, which means for days or possibly even weeks. 2 children lay buried in shallow graves, just steps away from homes, sidewalks, and a school, all while the neighborhood carried on, unaware of the horrifying truth beneath the ground. Police Chief Dorothy Todd described the discovery as horrific. She also acknowledged the emotional toll the investigation has taken, not just on officers, but on the entire community. This is a traumatic event, she said, and for many residents, the shock still hasn't worn off. The idea that something so dark could happen so close to home has left many struggling to process it. Meanwhile, authorities confirmed another child was located inside the home investigators searched. That child has now been taken into custody by the county's Department of Children and Family Services. Police say the child appeared to be healthy, but the investigation into what happened inside that house is far from over. Aliyah Henderson now sits behind bars, held on a $2 million bond. A judge cited the seriousness of the allegations and concerns for public safety when setting the amount. She has not yet entered a plea. As investigators continue searching for answers, many details remain hidden behind the ongoing case. What exactly led to the deaths of Amor Wilson and Mila Chatman? How long had the girls been missing before the horrifying discovery? And what truly happened inside the home just 1 block away from that field? For now, the community waits. 2 suitcases, 2 young lives lost, and a mystery that investigators are still working to fully uncover. Alright y'all, there y'all have it, man. That's the crazy story of Aliyah Henderson, the mother from Cleveland that, got rid of her 2 kids and buried them in suitcases. Got rid of her 2 daughters, man. Condolences to the 2 girls and the family, you know what I'm saying? And I hope the mother get fried. Hey man, get in that comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Drillers and trappers, we outside trapping and drilling 247. Don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Gang!